Hi, this is Gila. So the latest news is that Tommy Robinson, already banned from Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, has now been banned from Snapchat. And so on it goes. So why do I support Tommy Robinson? I speak very differently from him. I have a rather different background to him, though actually my late mother, who spoke in a very similar way to me, was technically a Cockney, born within the sound of Bow Bells in the East End of London. And I've never even met Tommy, nor do I agree with everything he said or done. But through all the suffering he has endured, thanks to the establishment, he supports good against evil. He stands up for human rights, especially those of thousands of vulnerable British children whose lives have been ruined for many years to come by the appalling abuse they have been subjected to by rape gangs, whose members are nearly all Muslim men. Now, personally, I actually know rather more than I care to about what abuse is and what it does to its victims. I was an adult when it happened to me, 30 years ago now. Without going into the horrors, which for me were entirely psychological and emotional and not physical in any way, I really felt once I escaped that I could look any Auschwitz survivor right in the eyes. Literally, I was fighting for my very soul. No reasoning could stop it. Any good human emotions, love, understanding, kindness, were weaknesses to be exploited. All the perpetrator understood was strength, was standing up to him. That is abuse. What it took over many years of determination to overcome is indescribable. It leaves deep, searing scars. But I remember many years ago now making the decision that even if it took me until I was 90 years old, I would fight every day to make life worth living. And nowadays, as a middle-aged woman, I'm happily married and I feel very blessed in my life. And life is all the sweeter. And I appreciate so many little things because when I was younger, I literally had to fight for my very existence as a human being. When I became much more aware of the real situation of Israel, and more recently spent some time researching Islamic ideology, especially that with regard to non-Muslims, I truly felt a sense of déjà vu. I've already been there. The same total irrational hatred, every concession leading to more bullying demands and attempts to control you, every kindness exploited as a vulnerability. Books like Sujit Das's Islam Dismantled, The Mental Illness of Prophet Muhammad, where the author posits that the Prophet of Islam was suffering from narcissistic personality disorder, or Jamie Glazov's Jihadist Psychopath, or Brigitte Gabriel's Because They Hate, bear out what I'd already recognized for myself. And as a human being, I have every right to describe evil for what it truly is. I've fought it personally with every fiber of my being, simply to survive. And of course here, when it comes to Islam, I'm talking about ideology, not about Muslims as fellow human beings, many of whom surely deserve a rather better set of ethics than what is contained in Islamic holy writings. Commandments in the Quran, such as 533, 582, 812, 95, 929, and various others like them, which promote hatred and bigotry towards non-Muslims, are evil. Period. And if we don't stand up and name that evil for what it is, then we will allow it to grow, to flourish, and we will be forced to fight it in the end when it has become much stronger still and suffer all the more because of it, or we will be destroyed by it. To paraphrase Pastor Niemöller, first they came for Tommy Robinson, and I did not speak out because I was not Tommy Robinson. Then they came for other brave human beings who dared to stand up against Islamic ideology, and I did not speak out. So there were too few of them to make a difference. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. If we don't stand up now and make our voices heard loudly and name evil for what it is, we will lose far, far more than anything any of us could lose personally now. I know it's not easy. But if enough people do stand up and say, we are all Tommy Robinson now, on Facebook, YouTube, publicly, and also, perhaps most importantly, politically in the ballot box, we could still save the freedoms and human rights that so many people in the past suffered and died for us to enjoy in Britain today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a good day, a good weekend. But remember, we have to stand up, because if we don't, evil will be allowed to flourish and will destroy us all.